for a smarter you.
With that done, let's delve into the first part of our conversation for today, women in tech. You know, I have a bias for women, and I have a stronger bias for women in tech because it's what I love to talk about every point in time. Now, I had a chat earlier on with Oladiwura Oladepo. She's the co-founder of Tech for Dev and the champion for, WomenTechsters. And I had a conversation with her while, herself and her team members were, speaking to or inducting the second cohort of WomenTechsters. And this time around, not just in Nigeria, not just in West Africa, but into some other parts of Africa. We have the likes of Sudan. I think she spoke about Egypt as well. I mean, trying as much as possible to deepen the penetration of technology, especially when it comes to women in different sectors, even in rural communities, people who just, who are in school, people who are undergoing ASU strike and the rest of them, allowing them to take a good use of their time and learning technology. This is absolutely apt. And she connects it to the economy because she knows that of a great deal it is going to impact the economy of whatever country they are in. This is what the interview sounded like. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. Top 10 in the Waislist Global Citizen Award. How does that make you feel?
Great. And when I say great, I mean it's just the impact of the work that it is we're doing at Tech for Dev is the reason why I am on that list. And it just feels very great and amazing seeing that the world is recognizing the work that we're doing on the African continent, working with women and working with underserved communities around just ensuring that we're able to provide them access to decent work and entrepreneurship opportunities through technology.
Why Tech for Dev? What prompted you to start this in the first place?
Okay, so Tech for Dev started out with myself and my co-founder, Kariwetu, and it just pretty much started out during the Ebola period, where the entire country did not have access to information around how to prevent themselves from getting Ebola. And we had started out with a very simple website called stopebola.com. And the idea then was just to ensure that people got access to information that could allow them, prevent themselves from getting Ebola. And I'll pretty much say the story kick-started from there. The focus had really been around using technology to solve the world's greatest problems, and we sort of like zoned in on digital education as a platform to use to empower people to get the requisite skill set needed to build technologies that we believe were the future of work. In the nearest future, well, this was in 2014, and now this is 2022. The future we thought was far away, the future is here now.
So why technology and why women?
So when it comes to technology and women and gender gap is generally, according to the Accenture Ecosystem Report, this was rolled out last year, and just also other forms of data that we have is there across Africa, there's an average of 8 men to 2 women in technology. And then when you go to, and these are in like central cities like Nairobi and like Lagos and like Cairo, but when you go to more suburban areas or rural areas, the numbers start to drop. So you start to find a percentage of 9 men to 1 woman, or even 10 men to 0 women. And for us, gender representation was very important in terms of ensuring that these technologies that were being built, they had the input of women to significantly reduce bias within building technologies. That was one component for us. The second component was around ensuring improved economic livelihoods for women and using technology as that lever to ensure that women are able to significantly improve, the income that it is that they earn towards financial independence.
How has the journey been so far for you?
The journey has been, I won't say the easiest, but it's literally been baby steps to this point. So we started out with a program called Code for Impact. It was just training 70 girls with coding skills. So we started with Code for Impact. We moved on to pilot a male-female program called Codepreneur. This was done in Akure back then in support of Microsoft sponsored us with that. We did 100 people, 50 men and 50 women. And then we realized that the results we got from the women in terms of what they had done with the skill set that they've learned was very significant. And we then zoned in on we needed to do more for women within technology space. And then we started the Nigerian WomenTechsters that then eventually went on to empower 2,475 women across 12 states in Nigeria over a little over 2-year period, and also based off of the interesting stories, success stories that we got from Nigerian WomenTechsters, we just got the desire and the drive and zeal to do more, and doing more meant going across the continent. And that's when we launched the WomenTechsters that was then focused on empowering 5 million women across Africa by 2030.
How has the reactions been from women? Remember, some women don't like mathematics, and anything that involves numbers, columns, and any other, symbols, they run away from it. So, when you tell, come learn how to do something in tech, do you hear, I don't know how to code, and you find them running away?
That's a typical answer. You're like, oh, people are like, oh, I don't know how to code, I don't like math, I don't like statistics, etc. But there are several careers in technology that don't even involve you writing a line of code. There's data analysis that absolutely doesn't involve writing code, and women just need to be enlightened and given information. And that's one of the reasons why we hold our WomenTechsters Open Day, that just allows us to be able to give women the essential information that they need towards making a decision to kickstart a career or business in technology.
The 50-50 goal in Nigerians' governance, we had 35% target. We are not even close to it. It's more like the challenges that women are experiencing, right, in the tech sector.
So I will mention 2 challenges. The first challenge is the challenge of cultural bias, where, from when young girls are growing up, they are being told that technology, STEM in general, is for boys. And STEM is seen as something that is difficult. So the harder things are for boys and the softer things are for girls. So girls should go study seemingly easier. I call them seemingly easier because I didn't study those courses, so I don't know. Seemingly easier courses like mass comm, like English. They're like, oh, no. Those courses are too easy. Women should go do that. STEM is difficult, it's like engineering, those are tough things, those are for boys. And these are stereotypes that the girls have grown up with that is now manifesting at older age, where they're starting to feel like this is something that has been ingrained in them since they were kids. So they just feel like, let me go learn the easier thing, let me go do fashion design, let me go do makeup and things like that. No, engineering is not for me, it's for the boys. So that's one major challenge that it is that we're facing, and how we're solving that right now is through our Tech Girls Drive advocacy campaign. So what we do with the Tech Girls Drive is that we go to high school, right, senior secondary school and junior secondary schools within the countries that it is that we worked in. We've done Nigeria this year. We're hoping to expand into the other countries that we're operating in this year. And the goal is just to walk into those schools and empower those girls with information to make definite decisions around career choices in STEM. So the feedback we get generally is, from the girls and the women we deal with, is that the people that I know that are in tech, they are men. Just like one of my partners, one of my colleagues says, is like, the people use the term tech bro a lot. You rarely hear tech sis, you hear tech bro, right? And there's that stereotype where, everyone feels like the startup founders you see, most of them are men. The people in tech you see, most of them are men. So women don't see role models, they don't see people who look like them. And as a result, they're like, oh, no, I don't see any role models, why should I?
Should there be a reason why those women don't come out and showcase themselves like the men do?
I would say imposter syndrome is definitely something major that a lot of women face. That is quite common with the female gender, where we tend to second-guess ourselves a lot. We're like, oh, maybe I'm not qualified, or maybe I can't do it. Obviously, maybe someone else can do it. And we've had situations where, and I don't have any specific statistics right now, but we've had situations where we've had conversations within the workplace with employers. And they're like, when they roll out an application to say, oh, there's a new role within my organization, internal staff can apply. You find out that the bulk of the people who apply for those new roles are men. We also have challenges signing up women mentors in technology right now, because when you speak to those women, when you reach out to them on platforms like LinkedIn and co, they're they don't respond. When they do respond, they're like, oh no, maybe I might not have time, whatnot. But you find for the programs we have to sign up men mentors for, it's like rapid. Like you send a guy, you send a man a LinkedIn message or whatnot, they're quick to jump on the opportunities. They're quick to, want to think about their careers in terms of giving back, but the women are more laid back. They're like, oh no, I don't think I have what it takes, or oh no, I don't think we have more women telling us they don't think they have time to be mentors than men tell us they don't think they have time to be mentors, which could also be valid because women play multi-roles within like the home setting, right? People who have kids, who have families to take care of, so that's definitely there. What we need to do is that we need to actively play a role of gently nudging the women to be able to see themselves as role model to these other women. We run, one of the programs that we do is the WomenTechsters Open Day. And what we do with Open Day is bring women who are experienced within the technology space, who have some level of experience in the technology space, to come talk to other women who are thinking of starting out careers. The concept is just, if I can do it, you can do it. Involve the men. So one of the things that we actively do is when we roll out applications, for example, we always make comments on our social media like, oh, you can tell your sisters, because we find out that a lot of men come into our inquiries box to ask about the opportunities for their sisters, for their mothers, for their wives, and their girlfriends and things like that. So we've also created a mini concept internally of a he for she, where we are actually also encouraging, gently nudging men as well to be able to stand as he for she's, which means that these are men that are interested in women empowerment. And then this set of men are able to drive their sisters, mothers, girlfriends, wives to actively start to think about starting off a career or building a business.
Good thing the men are getting involved and they need to be more involved than they used to. So give me on a final note 3 women in tech that you really admire so much that people can take a look at, women who are interested in technology can look at their profile and get some sort of inspiration.
I will pick them in no particular order. I will pick Megan Smith. Megan Smith, she's not African, she's American. She was the former Chief Technology Officer for the Obama administration. She is a member of our Global Advisory Board, and she's definitely someone that it is to watch out. The last graduation we had for the previous WomenTechsters Fellowship was absolutely phenomenal because she came on board, she was able to motivate the ladies. She is absolutely brilliant, and I think that that's definitely someone that the women can watch out for. On the Nigerian scene, I would say that, and in no particular order again, is that you can definitely watch out for a Lola Ekugo. Lola is in charge of information technology for FBN Quest, and she's absolutely phenomenal. She's had more than 10 to 15 years of experience within the information technology space, leading not on the business side, but on the technology side. And I think that she's definitely someone worth watching out for as a role model. I would say, maybe in Kenya, you could look out for Catherine Muranga. Catherine is currently the managing director for the Microsoft ADC, the Africa Development Center. She used to work at Stanbic IPTC as head of engineering. Very core, solid engineering background, 15, 20 years in engineering. These are women that definitely, I would say, women should be watching out for in terms of role models in technology.
One quote for a woman who wants to go into tech but is scared.
You can do absolutely anything you set your mind to do. You just need to think it, you need to believe it, and it will get done.
Thank you very much. It was a wholesome conversation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tech Hub for a smarter you.